Afternoon, and John, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am here to talk to you today about personality tests and their use of psychological testing. I'll try to make it brief because I'm sure Les is going to want to talk a little bit more than I will. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good time right now. I'm in St. Louis, not really doing great things because it's so cold. But anyway, personality test. The reason I took this was basically because I figured, hey, personality. Who's got more personality than me, right? Am I right? But unfortunately, it wasn't just about me. It was actually about real stuff. A personality test is not just about how you are or how you act with other people and things like that. It's basically a divulge into your psyche. Person test is a questionnaire or other standardized instrument designed to reveal aspects of an individual's character or psychological makeup. So basically, what it is is to figure out what makes you up, what's going on with you, what's wrong with you, what's good with you, what's going on in your life. For example, if I was going to see a psychologist about having an addiction to smoking, they would ask a series of questions to try to find out what caused it, why I'm smoking, et cetera, et cetera. And that's kind of like a personality test is almost kind of the same way. It's going to try to find out what's going on with you, find out what your problem is, and try to help you with that. There's many different types of testing. The first one I talked about was a MMPI. And basically what that is the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, which was really designed to distinguish individuals with different psychological problems. So basically what it was, it contains several validated scales to determine if the clients respond to questions accurately and truthfully, and also contains 10 basic clinical scales. It's one version of the test where they ask you a series of questions to find out if you're telling the truth, to try to figure out what's going on with you, to kind of like build a profile or baseline of who you are. The Myers-Briggs consisted of 4 scales, each of which places the test taker as one of the 2 personality classifications on Carl Jung's theory. So again, 2 kind of similar tests to kind of like take into account what you are, to kind of like delve into your psyche and try to figure out exactly who you are, and kind of like build a profile to say this is who this person is, and give the psychologist a means to figure out what's wrong with you, what's going on with you, and then try to help you out with your situation. How it's used in psychological testing, in various ways. It's to provide a better understanding of patient and possibly figure out mental and medical illnesses. So basically, like anything else, like you're sitting down with someone at work who's having problems, and you're not sure what's going on. You're not gonna just walk up and say, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting so weird?" You're gonna sit down, talk to them, and try to figure out, ask a series of questions. How's your home life? How's work life? You having financial problems? Are you having home problems? Is mom yelling at you still? You still living with your parents, etc. Same thing with a personality test. It's psychologically biased. It's gonna go into your mind, try to figure out what's going on with you, try to get a good perspective and figure out, build a baseline so they can use something to help you with. It has high levels of reliability and validity found in objective tests. Many turn objective tests for their personality testing needs. A lot of places like companies use personality tests when you go get hired. Like for the government, for example, we have to fill out a 22-question survey called A Bunch of Lies. You basically fill out how wonderful you are, and then they take that and they score it. If you put any scores on there, they're somewhere in the middle. If you're truthful with the scores, unfortunately, you're going to be persecuted. Whereas with a psychological test, if you're truthful with your responses, you're not going to be persecuted. You're going to be helped. 2 different kind of tests. Again, one you're trying to get a job, the other you're trying to get help. 2 different ways you're going to answer. People normally, when they're trying for a job, always tell people how wonderful they are and not really tell them the truth. Not to say we're all wonderful, but they like to go ahead and do things like that. In psychology, it's very important that people, when they're taking these tests, are truthful, because again, this is the way they're going to find out exactly what's wrong with you. And some of the advantages of the test, like I said, is to build a good baseline, build a good profile, figure out who you are, what's going on with your life, what's going on with your problem, and again, give the psychologist a better way to determine, how to help you in the long run. Some disadvantages of this is understanding of motives or the dynamics of personality are virtually impossible since most objective assessments, because the questions are generally behavioral. Some clinicians argue that there is very little gain from objective exam if the goal is not behavioral. Gaining understanding of motives or the dynamics of personality are virtually impossible using most objective assessments since the questions are generally behavioral in nature, meaning several different interpretations may be made as to why different people do the same thing. For example, 2 people may mark that they drink more than 3 glasses of alcohol a night. Does that mean they both drink this for the same reason? Not at all. Same thing when I was talking about with the work thing. Does this mean you're the cat's meow when you fill out your survey? No. But you're trying to tell us something. You're telling a story. Hey, I think I know what I'm doing. Please hire me for this job. And the other aspect with psychology, when depending on how the questions are, how you answer them is going to determine what the kind of help you're going to get. So again, psychology, clinical tests, etc. The MMPI, the Myers-Briggs, two good examples of good tests to use. There's a lot of good examples. I posted some links also that I found some actually pretty cool personality tests. I put them in the Team C. It says cool personality test. So take a look at them for your own viewing pleasure, and I hope you enjoy this part of my presentation. Now I'm going to turn out to my another teammate. Good luck to the rest of you guys, and I hope I didn't take up too much time. See you guys next week.